In this video, I'm going to share with you how to make a Smurfette cake topper using either gum paste, fondant or modelling paste, and that's coming right up. It's coming right up! This is one of my 3 kitties, and I make loads of videos just like this one, sharing with you how I make my cakes and cake toppers. So if you're into that kind of thing, think about subscribing so you don't miss any of my future videos. And let's get into this. Yeah. So with this topper, we're going to work from the bottom up. So we're going to start by making the shoes.
Oh my goodness, that wee guy is so funny. You'll have to stay tuned to the end of the video. I've put in some wee bloopers with Dylan at the very end. I had no intention of ever including my children in these videos, but unfortunately with Dylan I have no choice. He'll even probably dander in whenever I'm doing my voiceover here, as he always does. So to create the shoes, 2 equal pieces of white fondant, and create an indentation using a modelling tool or whatever you have handy. And then to create the heel, just take a piece of fondant and stick it onto the bottom and shape it into a heel type shape.
Now we're going to get on to creating the legs and the body, and to give this particular shade of blue, I've mixed royal blue and sky blue gel food colouring together.
And I should also say anything that's blue I've made with modelling paste, any of the other colours that's white or the hair I've made with fondant. So roll your modelling paste into a snake type shape, it's so hard to say, and flatten out the bottom with your fingers. Create an indentation for the ankle as well with your fingers, and also create an indentation for the knee. Measure it up against your topper or up against your shoes just to make sure that it's going to fit and that it's going to look right. Do the same with the other leg, and then we're going to assemble it onto your cake or our cake dummy. So place one shoe onto your cake, and I'm just making sure I'm just getting the right shape here, and get a barbecue skewer or a bamboo skewer. Insert that into the leg that you've created and place that onto your cake dummy. And the other leg, I'm not going to put a skewer or anything through. I'm just going to roll a ball of fondant so that it has something to sit on, and just shape it and stick that on as well. And now we're going to make the torso. So shape a neck and some shoulders. And insert a skewer into just to create a hole so it'll be easier to stick on. And I'm also creating some indentations for the arms as well.
And now we're going to make our little dress.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to make a dress, aren't we? What did you make whenever Mummy was sitting making this? What did you make?
An Eddie bear.
And an Eddie bear?
And a really tiny Eddie bear.
A really tiny
And big Eddie bear.
Oh, he's just so adorable! Oh, I love that little guy. So I've rolled out thin, really thin. Oh my goodness, I'm so tongue-tied today. So I've rolled out a piece of white fondant and I've rolled it really thin, so it's going to be the fabric. And now I'm just shaping it onto the topper so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm cutting out the sleeves and the general shape of the dress, and I'm just placing it on and getting the rough idea of shape of the dress. I don't know what is wrong with me today. It's taken me forever to do this voiceover. And now I'm fraying the bottom of it. I don't even know what this tool is called. I'm sure normally I would know what it's called, but I'm just having one of those days. And create a little line using a quilting tool. Aha, a quilting tool. At least I know something today. And using a miniature heart cutter. Yes, I'm just creating some little hearts along the bottom and just fraying it out and stick that on. And just work with the dress until you get it into a nice shape. When you first stick it on, it looks like nothing. But work with it, fray out the bottom and until you're happy with the shape. I'm sorry guys, today this is a disaster.
I'm going to create one arm. This arm, because this arm is kind of like this, you can't make it until we've got the hair and the head and everything on. So we're going to get on to creating one arm.
So roll out a piece of paste, trim off the bottom, and then flatten at the bottom where you're going to create the hand. And trim in some fingers, a thumb and some fingers. My little man's just entered in, so this is just going to get better and better. Isn't it, Dylan?
Talk.
You want to talk? What do you want to say?
I want to smell cake
Oh,
topper.
you like the Smurf cake topper?
Yes.
I thought you said it was ugly.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get on to my favourite part, creating the face. I love creating the face, don't I? Excuse me? Excuse me?
So roll your modelling paste into a teardrop shape and create an indentation in the middle where your nose and your eyes are going to go. Mark where you're going to place the mouth and carve out some eye sockets. Place some white fondant inside the eye sockets and create a nose by rolling some modelling paste into a teardrop shape. And I'm just going to use my tools here to shape it and stick it on. And now we're going to create the lips. So we're going to take 2 thin pieces of the blue paste, and again, rather than trying to shape them in my hand, I'm just going to stick them on and then shape them. I'm using some blue, darker blue luster dust here just to create some shading in the lips and also to create some shading above the eyes as well. And now I'm painting on an outline around the outside of the eyes with black edible paint. And once we've done that, we're going to paint on some nice big eyelashes. And of course some eyebrows. Take some light blue fondant, roll it into 2 tiny dots and place those inside the eyes and flatten them. And then I'm using some of the dark blue powder as well, just to create some texture in the eyes. And now I'm painting on some white details inside the eyes, and I'm going to create an outline using some black edible paint as well. Some black fondant for the pupils and flatten those out too, and then create some catch lights with some white edible paint.
And now we're going to create Smurfette's hair. I'm going to take 3 chunks of fondant for the back and the 2 sides initially, and then we're going to take like a sausage piece, or probably more polite to say a snake piece. You just heard me say sausage, didn't you?
Yeah.
You like sausages?
I like
You're always thinking of food. Why are you always thinking of food?
So first of all, I'm going to create the large section of hair to cover the back. So roll your fondant into a teardrop shape, and you want this hair to be quite thick, so take a rolling pin, flatten it out, but leave it where it's maybe 3 or 4 millimeters thick, and then create some indentations to make it look like hair. And then create the side pieces of hair using the some leftover fondant, but remember to leave a piece for the fringe. We're going to create the fringe once we stick our hat on. So stick your pieces of hair on, your 3 sections, your back section and your 2 side sections, and use a cake tool just to shape the hair. I've got a picture on my iPad here and I'm just kind of trying to get the hair into the type of shape that she has. What are you laughing at?
My snack.
You've got a snack?
We're going to create Smurfette's little hat, aren't we? Uh-huh.
So to create the hat, roll a white piece of fondant into a cone shape and use a ball tool to create an indentation just so that you can fit her head inside a little bit. I'm just thinning out the edges with my fingers. And I'm trying to do this part as quickly as possible because somebody's in a funny mood. I'm creating an indentation in the middle with my finger because we're going to fold over that top part. And I'm creating some creases here with my knife tool as well. Fold over the top part and just create some texture using your knife tool and stick that on. This is also where you're going to create the other arm and stick it on as well. Quit laughing at me, you!
My snack.
You've got your snack. And now I'm creating some shading using some shadow grey dust. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know how much I love my shading. Yeah. Oh wow, that looks lovely. And now we're creating the fringe with the last piece of fondant that we have. This is the last part that we're going to stick on. And there you go. We got there in the end, guys. It's been such a struggle today. Any of you with kiddies will understand.
Okay.
Ugly? Excuse me? You think my cake topper's ugly?
And your buns ugly.
And my buns are ugly? Excuse me? This is what I have to deal with. I cannot be on my own to record a video or to make a cake topper. You're in the middle of everything. And then, Dylan, why do you like to be with Mummy all the time?
Because I like ugly.
You like ugliness? Thanks.
I know it's best friend.
Aw, because we're best friends. I guess best friends do everything together, don't they?
I know.
I know.
We do.
We do, I know. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and maybe even subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Say bye.